The sun casts its last rays over the valley of the Seven Lynden, while a stream winds through the landscape like a silver ribbon. Here, time seems to stand still. This is a place where nature and people still live together in harmony. And here, in the heart of Saxony, a wolf wanders. A ghost, with eyes that reflect the grief of a lost pack. His name is Rafael. Once, he was part of a pack that had been the guardians of this land for generations. They had a deep, unbreakable bond with it. Here in this valley, where the fields stretch to the horizon, and the forests are drenched in undisturbed tranquility, Rafael grew up. His childhood was a time of growth and discovery, in the safety and warmth of his pack. Each day held a new adventure. He learned the art of hunting from his father, whose movements were as fluid as the waters of a mountain stream. Under his guidance, Rafael began to unravel the secrets of the forests. He listened to the buzzing of insects, and the chirping of birds. But he also learned that the world could be cruel. Especially when winter struck, with its icy grip, and prey became scarce. It was during these difficult times, that the pack showed its true strength, determined to survive together. Rafael quickly understood that unity was their greatest strength. The seasons changed, and with them, so did Rafael. The long, warm summer days gave way to the first signs of the approaching autumn. The leaves turned, and the wind grew sharper. Rafael was now a young, adult wolf, with a thick, grey coat, marked by silver streaks. And then, fate struck. It began with whispers in the wind, stories of the bloodthirsty pack from the dark plains. The nights of the Seven Lynden Valley pack were now filled with a sense of impending doom. And there, from the shadows, they came. Wolves with coats, as dark as storm clouds, that darkened the sky. Silent and deadly, like a creeping tidal wave. Numerous, unstoppable, and merciless, with eyes like embers in the dark. On the day of the attack, it snowed. White flakes covered the earth with a blanket of silence. A silence torn apart by the howls and growls of fighting wolves. Chaos ruled. The smell of blood mingled with the icy air. Rafael fought, driven by despair. Around him, he saw his family fighting fiercely in return, but his father, once a majestic figure, lay motionless in the snow. His eyes, once full of fire, now dull and empty. When the first rays of dawn drove the night away, the battle was over. But the pack of the Seven Lynden Valley had vanished. Their numbers decimated, their spirits broken. Now, Rafael stands alone in the snow-covered valley, surrounded by the silence of death, and the emptiness of loss. His father is dead, and his mother and the other pack members have vanished. The loneliness feels like a cold wind, cutting mercilessly through his soul. The valley, once his home, now feels like a grave. What remains of his pack are only tracks in the snow, fading toward the unknown. The valley of the Seven Lynden, once a place of safety and unity, is no longer his pack's home. Alone in the forest, with only the gnarled trees as silent witnesses, he gazes out over the landscape. In the distance, he hears the call of an owl, a sound that slices through the silence. When the sun warms him, he closes his eyes and lets the warmth in, a memory of the time when the pack was still together. His thoughts drift back to the warmth of his mother's fur, to the days when he wandered the forests and heathlands with his brothers and sisters. But all of that is gone now, and that reality weighs heavily on Rafael. Deep inside, a flame of determination begins to grow. He is Rafael, a wolf of the Seven Lynden Valley pack. He carries the spirit of his pack in his heart, and will do whatever it takes to reunite his family. When he takes his first step in the snow, he feels the strength of his ancestors flowing through his veins. Little does he know that this first step will mark the beginning of a journey that won't end until 1700 kilometers later.